So it says, "It is therefore your duty, brethren, who are redeemed by the precious blood of Christ, to observe the days of the Passover exactly, with all care after the vernal equinox, lest you be obliged to keep the memorial of the one passion twice in a year. Keep it once only in a year for him who died but once. Do not yourselves compute, but keep it when your brethren of the circumcision do so. Keep it together with them. And if they err in their computation, don't be concerned. Keep your nights of watching in the middle of the days of unleavened bread." So, not to get confused, he's not saying join in with the Jewish Passover. He's just saying that the Jewish Passover of the 14th of Abib is the correct time to do the Passover. If we read it again at the top, it says, "Observe the days of the Passover exactly, with all care after the vernal equinox." So 14 days from the vernal equinox takes you to 14 Abib. So I have a document here from towards the end of the 2nd century. Polycrates was the bishop of Ephesus in Asia Minor. And when the Roman Church had apostatized, he wrote a letter to the then Bishop of Rome, Victor. As you can see, it says here in the 2nd verse here, "We observe the exact day, neither adding nor taking away." So the epistle then goes on to say about all the saints who kept that tradition of keeping the exact day of the 14th of Abib, saying basically it was handed down to him from John the Apostle. Here we go. It says all of these. So Philip, the daughters of Philip, all the bishops, Polycarp of Smyrna, etc. They all observed the 14th day of the Passover according to the gospel, deviating in no respect. So I've worked that out this year, and it says that the vernal equinox for this year is the 20th of March. So 14 moons from the 20th of March would be Monday the 3rd of April, would be that particular day. And I was going to call it on my YouTube channel, I was going to call it Ephesian Passover, because basically after this epistle here of Polycrates of Ephesus, who, we've been left this document through Eusebius church history, which I think is invaluable. The previous document I was reading was Clement of Rome. A lot of that actually got corrupted, but I think that particular chapter showed us that even in the 1st century, Rome was doing the same thing. So in the Bible, if you go into 1 Corinthians 11, we have Paul telling the Corinthians basically that they're showing the Lord's death, but whoever shall eat the bread and drink the cup of the Lord unworthily shall be guilty. So let a man examine himself, but let him eat. For he that eats and drinks unworthily eats and drinks damnation. For this cause many are weak and sick. So the rule for partaking in the communion was that you have to be water baptized and you have to have put away sin, as I've said before, about putting away leaven, which is hypocrisy. So you have to become born again, being unworldly, putting away all the wickedness of the world and keeping the commandments. And as Paul goes on to say here, those who do eat and drink unworthily, as it says here, are chastened. They're chastened that we should not be condemned with the world. That's what chastening is to do with it. You have to suffer physically so that you'll become obedient. So I was going to do a live stream on Monday the 3rd of April. And if anyone wants to come online and participate, then just leave a comment on the video. If you're unsure about what is the exact date and the Passover 14 Abib, then just leave a comment.